All right, track wrestling here with two-time NCAA champion Isaiah Martinez of Illinois. We're at Southeast Polk High School just outside Des Moines, Pleasant Hill, Iowa, here for the high altitude national or Camp of Champs. We haven't talked. You haven't done any interviews, you said, since the NCAA championships. Given a month to kind of reflect on things, on the season, the NCAA championships. What are prominent thoughts in your mind now?
I had a good season for the most part. The season went without a hitch, so it was a good season. At the NCAA's probably didn't have the best tournament. Losing the finals was hard to deal with, but I've given some time and reflected back on why maybe why the result happened, what I did wrong, or things I can correct. So. My head's in the right place, and I'm looking forward to next season already.
What's the last month been like when you think about it, and is that something you've thought about that match time after time after time, or have you turned the page from it?
I don't know if I'll ever. I don't know if you ever turn the page from something like that. These are important events. These are big time moments. But this past month has been real busy with school, trying to just catch up and get ready to graduate. Dealing with school after the Nationals has kind of helped just keep my mind busy. I've continued to train. I took about a week off and then continued to train, and so I'm looking forward to continue to train during the summer and get better and hopefully do some freestyle.
You mentioned that you've kind of done an evaluation of it. What did you learn?
I think again I had a pretty good season.
Yeah.
I was undefeated all the way to the national finals. I think, I definitely did some things wrong, but he also had a phenomenal tournament. Vincenzo Joseph, he had a great tournament, and it was a combination of a lot of things. I had a bad tournament, bad match, and he wrestled a phenomenal tournament, phenomenal match. So, things like that happen. It's life. They happen. Sometimes they don't go the way you want them to, but I feel good about it because something great always comes out of things like this. So I'm really looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, you tweeted, I think the next morning, nobody, or maybe that night even, nobody gets out of this game unscathed. I think were the words that you wrote. You were halfway to 4.
Yeah.
Is that hard to let go of?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I've always been a guy that I think set myself up for the biggest goals, the grandiosa, the finale. But I'm also very human, so I think it happens. I'll be moving forward, and I think I'll be even better next year.
Yeah, human nature is maybe the alarm clock goes off, or the alarm goes off.
Yeah. Sometimes
when we don't get the results that we want in any walk of life. How can this make you better going forward? What kind of things can this help you with?
It's going to make me sharper. It's going to make sure I leave no stone unturned, absolutely no stone unturned, because that's typically my style. I do everything I possibly can to achieve the result that I want, and now I'm just going to be even sharper than ever, hungrier than ever, and more disciplined in everything I do, and waking up every single morning with a new kind of fire. So I'm excited.
165 again next year?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I don't see myself moving from there.
What about freestyle this spring, summer?
I took a week off after the Nationals, and I came back and we kind of reassessed, what I wanted to do after Nationals. And I definitely do want to wrestle freestyle, but I didn't quite feel that I was going to be prepared, technically, mentally for the Open. So I will probably be at Northern Plains in about a month, and then hopefully at the trials and make a run for the team.
What are you going to work on right now? What are things that you feel are at the top of the list of things that you want to get accomplished here before Northern Plains and making a run at the World Team Trials?
Just getting as good as possible in freestyle. That's the new focus. Parterre, transitioning attacks feet to back on my shots. So just trying to transition to a freestyle mindset, an attack mindset, I guess. I mean, I've always had an attack mindset, but in freestyle, points go up so much faster. So I think being ready right off the whistle is a big deal in freestyle. So I'm kind of molding myself to get ready for international competition.
You're here in the heart of Hawkeye territory. I mean,
Yeah.
up on the wall behind us, there's Jessamine Smith, two-time All-American from Iowa, and Corey Clark, and a little bit down the line, Alex Meyer. How did this one wind up on your camp calendar?
I don't know. It's kind of funny. People from Iowa, I don't know. I think they appreciate the way I wrestle. So I've always been shown tremendous love when I come to the state of Iowa. And I love coming here because wrestling's such a big deal. I was talking to the head coach here, and he was telling me that they end the season with like 50 guys on the team, and that's unheard of. 50 guys.
I think 80 actually. I think they had 80, 85 this past year.
Yeah, he said they start with like 100 kids. That's incredible. Wrestling's huge. It's a great sport in Iowa, so this is wrestling country, and so this is where I belong, and I enjoy myself when I'm here.
What kind of stuff do you teach today? What's on the list? What are kids gonna learn?
We'll see. I typically just show the things I do. I think a lot of kids have a wonder about like the underhook offense and stuff like that because it's kind of hard to figure out. But I take questions and stuff, and sometimes parents will ask me, "Hey, can you show this?" And I have no reservations about showing techniques. So it's just basically all the offense and the little tricks and tactics that I like to employ.
Going back, all the camps and clinics you've been to, what are maybe two or three or one that stands out as the most memorable? Who are some of the guys that you went and learned from?
When I was a kid?
Yeah. Yep.
I remember we used to have a clinic at my high school in Lemoore I remember being maybe 10 or 11, and Chris Pendleton, two-time national champ, came back from OSU, and I was like 3 feet nothing at the time, and this guy was like a giant to me, and I remember him showing some stuff and just being being kind of amazed at just what he was able to do, and a lot of great wrestlers in the sport. So that's probably the one that sticks out the most to me because he was showing moves that I probably didn't. He was showing cool moves at the time. I thought they were awesome, but he was a great showman. So that was the one camp that really stuck out to me.